Hello and welcome to my Planet S beginner tutorial. In this video I'll just show you the basics of getting started with this game. Now, as you might notice, this isn't a new world, this isn't a fresh world. I'm generating lots of money here, but I've put into this ship the things you would normally get at the beginning. 50 brick, 5 steel and 10 vegetables. Now, at the beginning your ship will start off somewhere like here. You'll have to click on it, left click on it, and then right click on the planet you want to colonize. Once it's there, you'll click on your ship again and click down here into this little house. This will cause this to appear. This is just the space station you need to begin colonizing any planet. I'll just put this here. Doesn't really matter where, but I'd suggest putting it in wide open plains like this instead of like on islands like this. Up here you can see which resources you get on your planet. You have clay, iron, coal, oil and chalk on these Earth-like ones. On these Mars-like ones you have clay, copper, oil, chalk, cobalt and uranium. You have a lot less clay than on the Earth-like ones, but a lot more oil. The last type of planet is these ice worlds. They have iron, coal, copper, nickel and titan. I don't think that these are very worth getting to in the early game, so I won't start with those. Down here you can see the settings, diplomacy, trade routes, science, spaceships and colonies. As you can see, I have a couple spaceships and a lot of colonies. I named all of these myself, except for this one. Now you'll start off with one of these ships. These are just normal freighters. They have 3 slots to carry, and each slot can carry 50 materials of something. You can, as soon as you get the spaceship station, you can craft, or you can build these transport ships, which basically they're like the starter ships, but they have one more space. Now getting to actually starting playing the game. You'll have not a lot of materials. You'll have 40 bricks and 10 vegetables at the start on this planet. To get started, I'd suggest first putting one of the city halls down, 2 of these worker homes, 2 of these, one of these storage facilities, 1 wind park, and then getting 1 clay mine and 1 clay factory. If you don't do it that way, you can't really proceed until you just refund these buildings and place them again. Now you want to get clay, and you want to get the clay mines first because clay is the most basic material of all of them. You need it for basically every building. So you see I have here, I unlocked these 3 branches, the general one, science and military. At the beginning you only have the general one. Now at the beginning you'll have here the space station, which is this, the warehouses, city halls and the worker buildings. You'll have wind parks, the clay mines, the brick factories, vegetable fields, cotton fields and a cotton factory. This is the bar. You'll unlock that after you place enough of these. These just show off general facts about your planet. So this is how many people live in each home. It'll always be roughly the same. This is if they get enough vegetables, if they have access to a city hall, if they have enough energy, if they have work clothes, and if they have a bar nearby. So as you can see, they don't have clothes and they don't have a bar. They have vegetables because of the 10 we have in here, the 9. If I were to place more of these homes, this would go down because we wouldn't be able to feed everyone anymore with just these 10 vegetables. I'm gonna place a couple more. Now you can see this just starts filling up at the beginning, and at the beginning there's only one person per house. This will start getting bigger. More people will move in with time. I'll get back to you once I have enough brick to continue. Okay, so I now have 12 brick factories. The reason I have 12 and not 13 or 14 or more is because we only have 6 clay mines available on this planet. You can easily find out how many factories for each thing you can get by just taking the number of material you have of something on the planet and multiplying it by 2. So we could get 10 ironworks and 12 for the coal. Yeah. Now as you can see, we do not have enough energy. It says down here -1 energy. Or more, if you have more. This basically means that you need more wind parks. If I place a couple of these, the problem goes away. You can remove these by just right clicking on them. Now here, again, no clothes, no bar. I'll fix that by putting a bar down. 1 bar is enough, it'll fill up for everyone. And for the clothes dilemma, we will just need cotton factories or cotton farms. The thing with farms, all farms, is once you've placed them, they don't immediately start producing. You need to click here and place fields. Each farm has a specific number of fields you can place with them. So for the cotton it's 4, for the vegetables it's 5, for fruits it's 6, for wheat it's 3, and so on. Now, as you can see, I'm just gonna let these run for a second. They'll produce cotton at a pretty slow pace. So in 20 seconds they'll produce a bit of cotton. On desert planets and on the ice worlds, they'll produce them half as fast, so 40 seconds. Once the cotton has been harvested, it isn't immediately transferred into clothes. You need to put these down, the factories that make clothes. Now this is 2 cotton in it, which means it'll make 2 clothes. Now we can see what I talked about earlier. They have run out of vegetables to eat. So I'll go here, place a couple vegetable farms down, and put the fields. You don't need factories for the vegetables. Those just get harvested by themselves. Now I would recommend structuring your city in some way, like a factory district, a farming district, a housing district, and a energy plant. But for this planet it's not too important for me, so I won't be too harsh about that. Now you can see they have clothes, they have vegetables, they have everything they want, and they're completely full. 10 out of 10 people. That means you can upgrade the building. You can either do that with the button down here, which just does it by themselves, or you can do it here with this tool, upgrade, and you just need to click on them. Now once they upgrade, they will want a lot more than just the stuff they wanted before. They want fruit juice, they want holo displays, they want bakeries, and they want a cinema, as well as obviously energy. Now you can get the fruit juice here by getting fruit farms and sugar farms, and then a juice press. I'll quickly do that. Okay, so I've set up the fruit farms and the sugar farms. They aren't very expensive. These are just longer than these. These take 4 and these take 6. The actual juice making factories cost 20 copper, which is pretty expensive if you don't have, especially on worlds where you don't naturally have a lot of copper. So that's why I should suggest just setting up these beforehand. Now as you can see, these are actively working on getting the juice out, and they're happy, they have their juice. The cinema gets unlocked after having enough of these buildings around. Because I have so many planets, I already completed that requirement a long time ago, but I can't place it yet. That's because I don't have steel. Now steel is very easily made. You just need to get some iron mines and some coal mines. You'll then need an iron smelter to just convert it into iron, and then a steel factory to make it into steel. I won't do that now because it takes very long, but it isn't too hard. It isn't very complicated. Over here you have the holo displays and the bakeries they want. Holo displays are made with copper and sand, and the bakeries are just with wheat, and then from there, and milk. The copper is only found on the desert planets, but the sand is on these. You need to place them here on the edge of the river, but these cost steel as well, 10 steel, as you can see there in the red number, so I can't put those down either. After that you'll just place down these, and then this, and they will start producing holo displays. The wheat farms take 5 steel, which isn't as expensive, but I still can't do those. From then on you'll need to just convert them to flour, and this is oat milk. The oat milk farms take 5 steel as well. Now once you have those, you just put this industry bakery down and you'll be good to go. A couple more things I'll talk about just quickly. Down here in this row we have these tools. This is the demolishing tool, which is just made for getting away buildings and getting some materials back. You can set how many you get back in the beginning of the game, so either you get it refunded fully, as I have, you get it halfway refunded, or you don't get anything back. This is the upgrade button I already showed. This one just selects a building so you can place it again, and this one just moves buildings wherever you can place them. Now going out of the planet, we have here, this one is not yet in the game, it will come in a future update, but this one is the trade routes. It's just made to keep all of the planets pretty balanced and fed. So for example, getting copper from the desert to a more green planet, since the green ones don't have copper. So you'll need to add make a new one for this. You'll need to add a spaceship. I'll take this one, and then 2 colonies, this one and this one. At least 2 colonies. You can add 3 or 4 as well. Now when you add something to the colony, you can click this button down here to select if you want to unload it or load it into the ship. So this means it takes them, and this means it drops them off. You can set the amount to any amount you want, but that doesn't mean that they'll just take as much as they can. If you put it, for example, if I put 51 here, it would take 30 bricks, 50 bricks, no, 30 bricks, 50 vegetables, 1 vegetable, and 35 coal. So be wary of how many spaces the ship you have has. I believe that covers all of what I've wanted to talk about in this video, and this should have brought you some pretty viable information on how to start off in the game. Thanks for watching. See you next time.